Hi, how you doing? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. 2017. Got a brand new one for 2017. From Midway, USA. I had to get it. It was on sale during December. They were out of stock, and so I had to wait for them to get a new shipment in. Here it is here. We'll get to check it out. It's going to be unboxing. It hasn't been unsealed yet. Now, as you could guess, it's probably one of these, right? This is one of my old-time favorites. I used to carry my Oz 8 knives. I used to probably carry this one the most. Cold steel plain edge Tanto, large size. As you can see by the pocket clip, it got a lot of use. The blade, the name's pretty much worn down because I kept repolishing it and refinishing it every time it got messed up. But this is one of my favorites. It's light, inexpensive, and one thing I really like about it is that because it's so inexpensive and such a good knife, I use it a lot. I use this knife for all sorts of utility uses. As you guys know, as you might know, I'm always working on Harleys and rebuilding motors and things like that, and I use these knives to cut fuel lines, oil lines, or scrape things, or whatever I need a knife to do. That's where most of my utility task gets done with knives, is on motorcycles. And fishing. I like to go fishing too. So this is the knife that I use probably the most out of any other knife. This one and the Tough Light. I like the little Tough Light too. I've worn out my Tough Light. I probably need to get a new one. But I've been hoping that they'd make a new type of make one with a new type of blade steel. The Oz 8A on the Tough Light wears out really quick, and I've actually used up a lot of the steel on the knife from keep having to resharpen it all the time. But I stopped carrying these when I switched over to CTS steels, because I told myself I wasn't going to carry all my Oz 8 ones anymore. I was going to put them in the safe and let them just be collectors. Knives I always carry, I don't sell. I just keep them forever. And this was one of my favorites. I really love the Voyagers. The Voyagers are a really good knife. And what makes them so good is the cost. The cost, and because me myself, I don't know about you, but when knives are less expensive for me to buy, I'm not worried about using them, or worried about them getting damaged or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I can replace them easily. I have two of these. I have one that I never used, and I have this one. I bought this one to be a user. This was my first triad lock knife, the Large Voyager. That I think I probably told you guys about it before. And I've carried this one ever since they first came out. It's probably my most used pocket knife out of my pocket knives that I have, next to my old bucks and stuff. The old bucks I carried a long time too. But anyway, let's get down to the review here. Tabletop review. Okay, should we open it up? Let's take a look at it. It's supposed to be a CTS BD1. Let the old timer do the opening. See, it's still sharp. Look at that. Great knife. Oh, here it is. Set that aside. That's the box that comes in. There's the labeling on the box. Barcode. Coming from Midway, USA. It's where I like to buy most of my new knives. Midway and Knife Center. I tend to get more from Midway because they tend to have better sales than Knife Center. I trust both stores to give you a good product. Comes with the extra clip for the left side. Put that back in the box. Won't be getting used. Ah, yes. Perfectly centered. Blade sitting nicely in the handle. You can see the markings on the blade. Feels great. Super tight lockup. No blade wobble, no up and down blade wobble, nothing. These I like just the way they are, because for me these are not just a self-defense knife, you know, but I think of more as like a user utility knife that can be used for self-defense. So I'll leave this one just the way it is, and it'll be getting used. This will be a very highly used knife, because I will carry it a lot, like I did my old one. What made me get this one is I got the XL in BD1, and I really like the steel. I really like it. Okay, let's set it down for a moment. Set this stuff aside. Okay, there's my set. I got the Oyabon and the Koban. Oyabon, Koban. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It means the boss and the soldier. Boss and the soldier. This is Oz 8, BD1, BD1. Let's check out the specs on it. Large Voyager, Tanto point or clip point. Now the weight sizes I assume are for the clip point, because the Tanto point is the heavier blade. Tanto is heavier than a clip point Voyager. The weight is 4.6 ounces, thickness 3.5 millimeters, blade length 4 inches, handle Griv-Ex. It also has the heat treated aluminum liners. Overall length is 9.25 inches. And we've already known what the larger sizes are, so I'm not even going to go there. Let's set this down and see what it weighs. .9 ounces. What did it say in here? 4.6. Just as I thought, the 4.6 is probably for the clip point. I like the clip point too, but I like the Tanto point. I like the Tanto point better. The Tanto is my favorite one out of the Voyager series. I know Lindsay Thompson likes the Vaquero for fighting purposes. But I tend to like this one because I like the thick blade. I like the way the blade's made. These make a great utility knife. The clip point, is good for, other things too, like a hunting knife, because it's got the clip point blade shape, which would probably be better for skinning and things like that. But I don't use this for that. For my uses, I need a strong blade. But I love the way these are made. Like I said, I carried the other one for a lot of years and never had any problems with it. It looks exactly the same as this Oz 8 version. My Oz 8 one has a little bit more shine to it because the blade's been polished out a couple of times, resharpened and all that. But originally it looked just like this one. It had a duller finish, stonewash finish. I'd say the only difference is the steel. Just from looking at it, the thumb studs look exactly the same. I think the only difference is the steel. Excellent knives. The blade clips, the pocket clips look exactly the same. The handle pattern is exactly the same. Fit and finish is exactly the same. They both have great fit and finish. Excellent knife. Now there they are. I just wanted to do a quick little video on this since I've just now got it. It's my first knife I've received for 2017. I have another knife I'm going to do a quick video on too after I make this video. And you'll check that one out. The second knife I got for 2017. Now there they are. XL, large, XL, large. Difference between these two. One thing I like about the XL though, I like the handle better. You can't make a big handle with the large one though, because it would look kind of goofy with a 4-inch blade. But this is one of my favorite handles. The only handle I like better than this one that Cold Steel makes is the Towel War handle. Although I do like the Recon 1 because I like the way the G10 feels over the Griv-Ex. But for a user knife, one I'm going to use all the time, I just assume get one of these because they cost half the price of Recon 1s. Even though they don't have the nice feeling G10, they do have a better handle ergonomics, the way the handle's made. Because you can get more reach out of it, get a long, secure reach for self-defense purposes or hacking, chopping. I like the handle a little bit better. But these have a perfect handle too. This handle fits perfectly into my hand. Now I wear a size extra large to 2X extra large glove, so I don't have the smallest hands. And you can see how my hand fits in there. It fits in there perfect. Feels like it was made just for my hand. It feels like it's custom made for my hand. I love the way this knife feels in my hand. Highly recommend the Voyager series. I know they're making a lot of Pro Lights and things like that. The Voyager series to me is better than the Pro Light series because number one, you get a better steel. Number two, I like the way the handle's made better. The Pro Light series is just a Griv-Ex. It's just Griv-Ex without any kind of liners or anything. This one has the heat-treated aluminum liners, plus the Griv-Ex, plus phosphorus washers and Teflon washers. So I'm probably not even going to get any Pro Lights because I don't really care for the 4116 corrupt German steel. I'd rather have Oz 8 than that. Oz 8 to me is better than the German steel. Japanese Oz 8. So that's a sort of a turn off for me, and I'm not going to waste my money on that because I know I wouldn't like the steel. I wouldn't carry it. Especially if I can carry one of these. These cost you a little bit more than the Pro Light series. Probably about, I paid $43 for this at Midway. It was on sale. Normally at Midway sells these for like $55. I got my extra large BD1 for $55 at Midway. Normally they sell them for like $69 or something like that, I think. Even at $69, it's a good deal to me. And the Pro Lights are from anywhere from about $30 to about $40 you'll find them. So they are the most entry-level knife that you can get. That and the Tough Light. But I'd rather spend another $20 and get a BD1 steel, American BD1 steel one. With better, I think the handle's made better too. That's just my personal opinion, to each his own. I think the Voyager series is, it's always been the bread and butter series for cold steels. That was like one of their first series of knives were the Voyagers. That I can remember anyway. The oldest cold steel knives I have are the Voyager series. Then came the Tie Lights. Then there came the Triad Voyagers and the Recons. Well, actually, Recons came first. Recons, AK-7s, and the Ultralock. And then came the Recons and AK-47s and the Voyagers and Triad locks. Highly recommend these for a good working knife, entry level knife, a knife that you're buying to be a real user for cutting tasks, everyday cutting tasks, cutting chores. This can handle heavy duty cutting chores too. It's not just a little lightweight knife. It's a pretty stout knife. Highly recommend these. But that's it. Just a quick little video. I just want to talk about my new Voyager. I'll be carrying all the time. It's going to be a regular in my pocket. It's going straight into my EDC drawer with my extra large Voyager. My extra large Voyager I just got in December, so both of them are fairly new to me. Highly recommend them. All right, Stiletto out. Peace out. 2017.